Alrighty, BB40 back with a new game. You guys are gonna have to forgive me that I've been sick the past 4 days, so my voice is not the same. I got a little tickle in my throat. May have to stop and pause every now and then. But anyway, I wanted to show this game, so I accidentally stumbled upon this. I've been playing games by developers called Undead Developers. They did Zombie Mayhem and recently Tower of Zombies. They just released a new game called Zombie Rush Survival, and I wanted to check it out, but somehow I accidentally ended up in this game. And this particular game is called Survive Zombie Arena, and it's by Nectar Forge Studios. I could not tell you how on earth I ended up in here, because I could have sworn I was going into the other game when I hit the play button, and then somehow I ended up in this one. So anyway, it actually did not turn out to be too bad of a game. This game was made earlier. It's made back in December. The Undead developers just released their game, gosh, maybe a week ago. I'm going to do another video on that one after I complete this one here. So you can see that both games are very similar. Similar strategies, similar gameplay in that you have on the right, they give you mines. You can lay down turrets and barricades. And the Zombie Rush Survival is the same thing. The difference with this game, however, is as you use your turrets and your barricades, they get more and more and more expensive. So right now, there's just $50 to lay down a barricade. By the time I get to round 30, it's costing $500 per barricade. And what gets you in this game is that you just don't get enough money. Or if you look down the bottom left, they look like crystals. You don't get enough crystals to keep buying the barricades and the turrets. So eventually, if you keep playing and playing, the zombies will eventually break through your barricades and overpower you. Now the other thing is what I'm doing here on the left. When you get certain amounts of money, you can get a better gun. You can upgrade your guns, your weapons. So it starts off with a pistol, then you get the shotgun, then you get a machine gun, and then you get a minigun. There's 4 different guns that they give you in this game. I believe that's it. I don't know if there's options of purchasing a RPG. I've seen it sitting around the side in a couple places. I don't know if there's any other weapons. So I'm just like right now just exploring the map, trying to learn more about the map and try to decide where do I want to make a final stand. And I chose this corner right behind me, right behind this what looks like a barricade there. The zombies, I don't know if I don't think they can come through that wall, which is why I liked it. But if I go back and do this again, which I probably will, try this game 1 or 2 more times, I'm going to try one of there's several little dead end. You can see that like a building across the way, the very end out there. There's only one stairwell that goes up to that, and I think that might be a better place to make a final stand for laying down all these barricades. Because you could build yourself a pretty good defense by laying down a bunch of these barricades. I'm going to eventually come back here for this particular video. I did it just in this corner right here. The disadvantage of that is the zombies could attack me from 2 sides. So I had to lay down extra barricades and fight zombies on both sides. So it actually, I believe it would be better to find one of these dead ends and just make a stand at a dead end, you know, corner. Not a corner, but just a alley, just a dead alley. That way the zombies, you could just keep building barricades out in front of that alley and just keep the zombies out that way. But you'll see as you go through the video. Now those kind of reddish orange ones there, those guys can actually outrun you, whereas the other ones don't. I think you could pretty much outrun all the other zombies. But the other thing is you go through this game round by round, you get more and more zombies, and you start ending up with bigger zombies and tougher zombies. So here I was just trying a couple turrets to see how they would hold up to the zombies. And the zombies attack them and damage them and take them out. That's like they do the barricades also. So even though you may build yourself a pretty good defensive barricades, the zombies can break through it. So that's what you got to deal with. Now I haven't started laying down any barricades yet. I've just been testing out these turrets to see how they hold up. And this one, it didn't hold up very well. Just a couple waves and they broke through. I guess if I had a lot of them, so you almost end up with a choice because of the lack of ability to buy these, because the price keeps going up, it gets more and more expensive. You end up with having to choose between barricades and turrets. You know, which one am I going to put down? Am I going to put down barricades or am I going to put down turrets? Because you can't afford to do both. So here I was testing out the barricades for the first time to see how they worked, if they'd hold the zombies back. They kind of do okay if I had enough of them, but I need to get more. So I do end up running around some more and exploring the map some more to see if I can find a better place, but I did eventually come back here and stayed with this location for this particular video. So I gotta lay me down some more. But like I said, what sucks is they keep getting more and more and more expensive to lay them down. And you end up going through your money pretty quick. I didn't quite have enough time to build a good defense yet. So I decided there's so many zombies, I'd be dying if I stayed there, so I just ran off. Managed to get through that bunch, just barely. So I could, you see on the left side, I could increase my health more with these crystals I'm collecting. And the other option, is buying better guns, but you gotta have, I gotta work my way up to 750 to be able to buy the next level gun, which is a machine gun. It calls it a next rifle, but it's an automatic rifle, like a machine gun. So I'm starting to think at this point, maybe that corner's not going to work out. Because I can't build an adequate defense around that corner. So I'm out here exploring the map some more to see what other options there were. And then first I was nervous about trying one of these dead-end places because, like I said, it's a dead end. If they break through, you're dead. But this right here, there's only this one stairwell up here. And you could build enough defense around it, up the stairs and off to the sides here, that maybe you can make a pretty good stand up here. So I'm actually going to try that next time I play this game. I go down another alley to look and see what's down there, and I unfortunately get myself pinned. They almost killed me. I went down to about 2 health. Tiny little red slither of health. But I managed to survive and escape. But I'm still thinking about this corner and whether or not it's going to work for me. And I do eventually decide to come back here, but not yet. So here's another spawn. You can see they're just coming out everywhere. Wherever you run, you just can't get ahead of them because there's always spawns coming up behind you. As you go through round by round or wave by wave, you get more and more and more zombies. There'll be more and more spawns, which makes it more difficult to make a zombie train, like get them all bunched together where you can just, keep backing away and killing them as you back away. You can see there's quite a few out there. So I forgot that this was pretty much a dead end here. So I'm laying down some mines, but they didn't even step on it. And this was a bad choice to back myself into this little corner right here, and I had to get out of here. That was not good. But if I was able to build up some barricades, that would be good. I think it'd be a good spot to make a final stand. So I'm still kind of exploring the map, not too familiar with this. Like I said, this was the first time in this game. I decided to just go ahead and record it and see what it was like and see if I could use the material. So it was a learning experience this first time. So those big green ones, those are the biggest ones we see so far. This is what, wave 10? But they get much bigger and stronger, as you'll see as I go through the video some more. So I'm working my way up. I now have almost enough. I just want to get enough money so I can buy the machine gun. See how much better that might do. Another thing about these, the barricades and the turrets, they distract the zombies. Instead of coming after you, they're going after the barricades and going after the turrets. So you can use them as a distraction. If you're running away from zombies, lay down a barricade and they'll all attack the barricade and leave you alone, give you a chance to get away. Same thing with the turrets. If you laid one down, they would it's almost like a sticky bomb or something. The zombies all get attracted to it and give you a chance to run away. So now I got the machine gun. And I think, oh, I'm brave now. I got a machine gun. I can keep these guys under control. But I was wrong. I ended up trying to run again, trying to get away. And there was just so many zombies. They almost killed me. So after this particular fiasco, I decided I need to find a place where I can make a stand and build a fortress, because this just isn't going to work. I can't be out here running around with the zombies. There's just too many of them. They're getting too strong, too big, too difficult to kill. So I have got to find a place to make a stand, make a fortress, and defend myself, rather than being out here trying to run with the zombies. It's just too difficult. It gets to that point where you just can't survive out here. I don't think you can. Even with the minigun, when I get the minigun, it's stronger than this machine gun, but still, I don't think it's strong enough to survive out in the open. And I didn't even remember laying down that turret, but there it was. And you can see a lot of the zombies are all attacking the turret and kind of leaving me alone right now. But they just destroyed it. And they're just coming from everywhere. I am just almost dead here. I get down to a tiny little slither of red. I thought I was dead. So, yeah, I think at this point I said I gotta go just back to that corner where I started to build some barricades and lay down some more and make myself a stand there. Because this just isn't gonna work out here in the open. So barricades are only 90 crystals right now to lay down. But I've got to go lay some more down if I'm going to be safe over here. I think at this point I still thought maybe I could do it. I could stay out in the open, but I gotta get used to the cursor. The crosshairs for aiming. This game is kind of odd. I don't know if it's in the settings where I can adjust it to be more in front of me instead of down below. It's like I need to reverse it or something. Those red ones are catching me and hitting me from behind. They can hit you from a pretty good distance away, which is kind of another disadvantage. But here I ended up going down another dead end, which was not very smart. Trying to figure out a way I could jump over the sides, but I can't. There's no place to jump. That's going to help my machine gun can keep them under control enough where they don't overpower me. Unfortunately, you don't have to reload these weapons in this game. It's kind of like Zombie Rush. They just keep firing and firing. So there's an RPG over there. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know how much it is right there. I didn't bother with that yet. And I guess that's probably the final upgrade from a minigun. That might be the op weapon in the game, though I don't know how well it would work. But they have them in a couple locations. I go back in. I'm going to go walk up to one and see if I can get one with the game crystals, or if it has to be purchased with Robux or something. I got to figure out whether or not I can get that RPG. So that turret's going to distract those zombies behind me for a little while. It just blew up. They just destroyed it. I'm going to run through here and try to use these last few barricades I got here to distract the zombies from me. I gotta get out of here. Gotta get away. Alright, they finished spawning, so I don't have to worry about any more spawns behind me. So now I can get the minigun. Gun does make a difference. It helped me survive a few more rounds. But I believe even this gun that will eventually overpower. So I think it's time to set myself up here, build myself some defense barricades, barricade myself in, make the zombies work to get to me. Alright, lay down some more. Sometimes they're hard to... You have to get yourself in the right position to lay them down at a place where you want them to be. So I gotta get out here in the open more, lay down some more barricades. And as you can see, the price keeps going up and up. To eventually you get outpriced. You can't replace them anymore because you don't get enough money to lay down anymore. That's why eventually I think at wave 30, I think I went to wave 30 and they were just eating away at my barricade. And I couldn't replace them fast enough because I just didn't have the money to build anymore. So I just ran out there for this round. I gotta live with what I got for this particular wave. And I couldn't do both. Yeah, I couldn't do turrets and barricades. I just don't have enough of these money crystals to be able to do it. But I don't know, the other thing I need to test is to go back in and see if I could lay down turrets in the same places where the barricades are. If they could both occupy the same space, I don't know. I may have to just leave a hole, place a turret, put barricades around it. But I think that would work better if I could do a combination of turrets and barricades. Set the barricades behind the turrets behind the barricades, so they're protected like I am. And with a combination of some extra turrets and my minigun, I think maybe I could survive a while in this game. I'll have to give that a try next. The other thing, this I don't know if the developers will ever watch this game, but it does have a glitch where the zombies get stuck down to the left here all the time. Pretty much at the end of every wave I gotta go down and clean out these zombies that are stuck down here. It happens every single wave. I mean, you could kind of use that to your advantage to take that time where you're not being attacked. Like right now I'm just increasing my health, give myself some more health. And you can lay down more barricades, and somehow he's squeezed in there, and I'm trying to scroll back into first person and it wouldn't let me. I had to run out, get out in the open in order to scroll back into first person. So I used a little bit of that money to increase my health. I already got the max gun. Repaired my barricades. And then it's just, you know, kind of the same thing over and over. So I'm going to do just 2 more of these waves to show you what it's like. How much bigger the zombies get and how many more there are. And you'll see how they just keep eating away at my barricade a little at a time. To where I know eventually I was just going to get overrun. I wouldn't be able to keep them under control anymore. So I did lay down a bunch of mines. You know, every little thing helps. I don't think they do a lot of damage. And this is what I talk about, is I have to defend both sides. And I think it'd be much better if it was just one entrance, like in one of those dead-end alleys, or up on that little raised section that has a little shelter on top. And just laid all these barricades down on the stairs and the platforms to keep the zombies from getting up there. It'd be probably a lot easier to just shoot one direction and defend one direction rather than both sides. Although a majority of them come from the left, as you can see. But I'm just going to show this last round after this one. And you see just at round 30 how intense it gets. But I think it's a fun game. A little different than your usual zombie games that I usually play. These type of defense games I don't play very often. I did try one other one before. I found it kind of boring. But this one is a little faster paced, a little more exciting for me. As you can see, I'm starting to get a little nervous. These guys are just breaking their way through my barricades. So, but I did call it quits after this round 30. I had played the game enough where I got a good feel for it. So, doing this video and looking back over things that I did, and learning even more, and definitely take a different strategy if I go back in here and play it again. So if you look on the left, there's this, my crystals at the bottom, says I have about 4,400. Right above it's a purple. And those are crystals that get dropped out there that you're supposed to pick up, and I don't know yet what you could do with those. Probably something back in the lobby. Maybe you could buy something better, a better gun or something. Anyway, I appreciate you checking this out. Maybe try out this game. It's kind of a fun game. But if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I appreciate that too. So thanks again for checking it out. And I'm going to do another video on the other game I was talking about, Zombie Rush Survival.